So President Elon Musk is an absolutely terrible president. That's the subject of today's video. And this is the cover that Time Magazine is going to be running this month on February 24th, 2025. Again, Elon Musk is a terrible president. This is Elon Musk with Tucker Carlson and First Buddy Donald Trump. You can see them in the White House. They're wearing effectively spaceball type hats. And it feels like we're in a really bad movie. We've seen these kind of movies before, but it's actually happening in real life. Essentially, the supervillains have taken over the castle, fired all of the police, fired all of the guards, and the henchmen are running the show. This is actually DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. They say here, unburdened by what has been. You have to see the videos for yourself.
Did someone tell y'all to do this? Who?
So as you just saw, what they're doing is they're tearing down the signs to the USAID agency. And I've been talking about this for a while. Basically, they're going to, well, according to Musk, they're going to turn this to the like Customs and Border Protection or something like that office. My feeling is chances are they're going to try to pass their External Revenue Service and use this office to collect tariff money, right? Tax money effectively to fund their sovereign wealth fund and then funnel that into Musk companies, etc. And then they'll try to build whatever Skynet thing that they're want to build. And yes, it really is as crazy as I'm telling you. I've been warning you guys this stuff for a long time. I didn't honestly think it would go down in the way that it is and as quickly as it is. But that's why I'm showing you this stuff. And I have to look at this stuff myself. I'm like, is this even real? That's why I showed you guys a video. Normally I just show you photos of stuff, but when you actually see, yeah, it actually really is happening. Now, don't think that people aren't fighting back against this insanity. There's a judge already blocking, Trump's trying to fire in Musk. They're trying to fire tons of federal employees. They're trying to get rid of the CIA, trying to get rid of the FBI. They're trying to basically weaken our national security, access our data in unsecured ways. And on top of that, more reports keep coming out on who is on Musk's hacker strike team. So this particular person, his name is Edward Korstein. I mean, you can read the headline. This is from Bloomberg. Musk DOGE team was fired by cybersecurity firm for leaking company secrets. These are the kind of people that Musk is working with. I mean, it should be pretty clear what's going on. I'll read a bit of a description of it. It says here, Edward Korstein, 19-year-old member of Elon Musk's squad, that's crisscrossing U.S. government agencies, was fired from an internship after he was accused of sharing information with a competitor. Now, my understanding, this is the same dude that has the Russian connections we talked about in the Wired article. This is, I guess, from the company. It says, Edward was terminated for leaking internal information to the competitors. This is unacceptable. There is zero tolerance for this. That was in 2022. And then I guess they contacted the Arizona company and they say, I can confirm that Edward Korstein's brief contract was terminated after conclusion of an internal investigation into leaking of proprietary company information that coincided with his tenure. These are the people that you want touching all of the government data? Of course not, right? This is the kind of people that Musk are hiring, but you have to understand, make it really, really clear. Musk is a liar, Musk is a con man, and he's dangerous, and he's essentially got the keys to the kingdom right now. And it's frankly awful, and these people need to be arrested. I don't know what else to say. This is Senator Wyden. He's from Oregon. Wyden said he's my home state, so I know Wyden. He's been doing this stuff for years. I don't know him personally, but I'm saying I know who Wyden is. From Wyden, given Elon Musk's goon squad access to systems that control payments to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and other key federal programs is a national security nightmare. Every hour, new disturbing details emerge to prove that these guys have no business anywhere close to sensitive information or critical networks. I can't emphasize the importance of the story. That's why we keep talking about it. It's insane. these people should be arrested. Here's another headline coming out of Wired here. U.S. Treasury threat intelligence and analysts designates Doge staff as insider threat, right? And then they also say the email says the single greatest insider threat risk that the Bureau of Fiscal Service has ever faced. That's the kind of stuff that we're talking about. So they're circulating the email at the Treasury. The email reads, there is an ongoing litigation, congressional legislation, and widespread protests relating to Doge access to Treasury and the Bureau of Fiscal Service. Recommendations, that's the subject of the email. And so if you're in Treasury, you've seen this. And, this is what people inside know what's going on, and they're speaking out about it. And if Doge members have any access to payment systems, we recommend suspending that access immediately, right? Is the email in the Treasury, and conducting a comprehensive review of all actions they may have taken on these systems. There's reporting at other federal agencies indicating that Doge members have performed unauthorized changes and locked civil servants out of sensitive systems they gained access to. We further recommend that Doge members be placed under insider threat monitoring and alerting after their access to payment systems is revoked. Continued access to any payment system by Doge members, even read-only, likely poses the single greatest insider threat the Bureau of Fiscal Service has ever faced. And again, it's people like these who are accessing them. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you understand the seriousness of the stuff, and this guy has leaked stuff before. Elon Musk has evidently gotten Trump's people to back him up, and they're threatening to investigate and arrest people who are opposing. That's essentially what we're talking about here. Headline, top Trump prosecutor in D.C. opens probe based on referral from Elon Musk. Elon Musk posted this letter from the Justice Department, DOJ, February 7, 2025. It says here, thank you for a referral of individuals and networks who appear to be stealing government property. So again, Musk is accusing federal workers of stealing government property and threatening government employees. Chances are there are, internal fights where the veteran staffers are like, who are your kids trying to, tamper with our stuff? So I completely understand what's going on here. After referral is my practice, I will begin inquiry. And then the Musk people, right, are saying that they will chase them down to the ends of the earth, hold them accountable. No one is above the law. Well, why don't you look at Musk, right? Patel, this just came out today. I guess he took Russian money to appear in some sort of anti-FBI thing for Russia. This is something that you've seen before, to where Russia pays right-wing influencers on YouTube to promote whatever Russian messages. And I know for some people it sounds insane. It's like how do we get to this point? If you have to understand this stuff, like if you look up Tucker Carlson, he did a extensive interview with Putin. It was a couple of months ago, and then he was in Moscow telling you how awesome Russia is, and did basically a bunch of state-sponsored media. This is Tucker Carlson. Like these are the people running the show, right? And then you have because we know Elon Musk's security clearances were limited for SpaceX because he has contacts with Putin. You already know the whole Trumpy stuff, right? This crap's insane. Plus, Musk has conflicts of interest with his factory in China. On top of that, we know that there's money flying around where Trump is giving stock to Patel, to McMahon. That's his nominees for education and for the FBI. And then who knows where this money is coming from? They can prop up the stock, then they can sell it, et cetera. It's a way to do money laundering. Lawmakers, right? So this would be both Republican and Democrat representative and senators, are getting flooded with calls. The numbers are actually really high. So it's not like, if you're watching this again, you're not alone. I can see it. You can see it. A lot of people in the USA can see what's going on. It's just, we have to stop this immediately. This is just, it's insane. I personally thought we would see, just regular, corruption, because corruption happens. Regular is like maybe Musk will get some contracts that, other companies wouldn't, but I didn't necessarily see it would be like this broad. I thought that he would try to go after people's data and feed it all into his AI. I thought that was probably kind of where they were going, but not in this way that we're seeing it, where you're taping over buildings, you're getting in fights in offices with, federal employees, because I told you guys already, there's been reports on the inside of they're screaming at each other kind of stuff, which is rightfully so. And you have to remember too, his strike team was they showed up on a Saturday. They were going through people's desks. That was a report on that, tearing out stuff off walls. So, for example, this is a Republican from Alaska. They're saying they got 1,600 calls each minute compared to normally they only get 40 calls a minute. So that means people are concerned about this, and that's the Republicans saying that, but it was multiple representatives. What is Musk's status has been a question. When they were forming this whole Doge thing, and that's done by executive order by Trump, it was like, okay, how do we classify these people? Because basically they want to try to get him in by skirting laws and not disclosing anything about his financial, conflicts of interest or anything like that. I guess his actual job title is untitled, like literally untitled. It says, but his job title in the White House is quote or unlisted. I'm sorry, unlisted is what they're calling it. That's what they do. We're probably not going to get any disclosures on his financial stuff the same way that we don't get Trump's tax returns. It's going to be the same kind of stuff. So they're trying to skirt the law. There's all sorts of stuff going on with this, guys, and there he is in the White House. I don't go through all the stuff that Musk says all day, every day. It's too much. They just flood you with a bunch of nonsense to try to stick to the important stuff. So, for example, the Washington Post went over this, and they were saying like 11 out of the 12 claims that he makes about USAID are false. Of course, he spreads fake stuff all the time. It's getting more egregious, and it's not just the fake news on Russia stuff because or whatever about USAID that he spreads. You have to understand that he's been lying about his companies for years about the capability of what he can do. And it's the same kind of situation here. Whatever he's promising that he's doing or promising you how awesome his technology is, it's probably way over bounds of what they're capable of doing. And that's why you have to understand like, okay, this is this kids working at, or you could say early 20s is a better way to say it. Some people don't like the phraseology kids because these people are old enough to know, and there's enough media out there now to that they're going to be on the wrong side of history. And if you're over 18, or even it doesn't matter how old you are, if you know what you're doing is wrong and you're doing stuff like it's just absolutely nuts, and your boss who's Elon, who's on whatever substances and doing some sort of clowny stuff online, and like he's playing video games, drinking, whatever, like you should be able to figure out that you're going to be on the wrong side of history in this one, guys. And I think a lot of these people are going to go to prison. This is absolutely insane, this stuff. Treasury elevates Musk ally to lead the payment system. This is some comments from our community. Citizens writes, as a retired clinical nurse practitioner and a civil servant at the VA hospital, I remember getting my position took over almost 1 year. And first month of work, you are educated about policies and procedures of being a federal employee. At the end, we stood and took an oath that worked for citizens, not president are temporary employees, 8 years tops, right? Anyone who's working in government, you'll know this kind of stuff. It takes a while to get clearance, takes a while to get your job, etc. And then you swear an oath to serve the people. Most people have no idea like how quickly they hired these people. Like they just did the job announcements. There was no descriptions. They're rushing in through. There's no way these people have proper clearance or background checks like you would a normal government employee, as you all know who have family members or you yourself are in this stuff, let alone touching high sensitive data and stuff like that. Musk gets a new government title. Why it's a big deal? That they're trying to skirt the law by giving him special waivers and stuff like that. This is all going to be challenged. I'm telling you guys, some people are going to go to prison over this stuff. I've lived through a lot. I've never seen something like this at this scale and scope in the U.S. It's crazy. People are selling off Tesla stock, right? So you have the pension fund in Europe is selling it off. And why you have to mention the Tesla stock stuff, because his wealth, that's Elon Musk, is based on the price of stock, which can fluctuate quickly, and his influence will basically go up and down based on the stock. So, for example, the Tesla chief financial officer selling, he's been selling chunks and bits and pieces here and there, so they're selling yet more. The chairperson selling, this just came out yesterday, and also Elon Musk's own brother is selling. Generally speaking, when Elon Musk's brother is selling, that's time to get out. You got to get out. There's no way. And you're a complete moron if you can't read these obvious signs. I mean, when Elon Musk's own bro is selling, that's time to get out. This is down 8% in a month, 8.3, down 24% for the past couple of months. Was this the worst week since the election? And Tesla's failing. I mean, people are standing up projecting. I think this is where it's going to be interesting. Like if everyone starts, not buying his cars, dumping them, all his cars on the used market, plus dumping the stock, this should implode. Right. So sales down 59% in Germany, down 11% in China. This is the valuation, meaning that how do we evaluate Tesla in terms of price to earnings. This is the blue one is Tesla up there. It is way overvalued compared to other tech companies, if you want to call it that, but Tesla's a car company. The judge is going against dismissing. I'm trying to go through all the stuff as possible I can. There's just so much. Judges are standing up because they're doing things that are illegal. Like you can't just dismiss federal employees like this. They're in the Department of Energy. The Energy Secretary, that's one of Trump's people, saying, well, they don't have our nuclear secrets. That's what he says. My understanding is I think they have access to emails and Microsoft stuff. So, and this is where part of the fight is like how much access do they really have? And because you'll hear conflicting reports depending on, but they shouldn't even be there in the first place, right? Now, I guess they're going to go after the Education Department and the Pentagon. I mentioned that before, guys, where I think Musk is after essentially contracts, right? Which we already knew this, but the biggest contracts is military contracts. And so I think he's going to try to build his Skynet drone army kind of thing. For real, that's actually what he's 53, so about the same age as me. I'm 49, and I grew up with the same influences. He wants to create that sort of, Blade Runner, Terminator kind of world. There's another comment from a community from Stefan. Old Irish saying, quote, only the dumbest sheep select their own butcher, right? So you guys can see what's going on too. Only the dumbest sheep select their own butcher. So that's essentially the followers of MAGA, Musk, etc. Here's from Delzy. Delzy says, those young tech guys can hack into those systems. Our personal information can be sold by each person all over the world on the dark web. Everyone involved should be locked up, especially Trump and Musk. So I want you guys to know you're not alone. I can see it. We can see it. We just got to make sure more people see this. I guess the census data is unavailable. That usually is. I saw this report on CNBC. And why would you go after census data? So that would be, you could redistrict stuff and mess around with voting and these kind of things, right? Like the amount of representatives it'd be, or whatever. Also, you would have Musk and their agents are going after FEMA data. Guys, there's so much. I'm telling you, there's so much. Here's another one. The blatant lie behind Elon Musk's power grab. This was basically they talked to people who are in IT and in government. Was it that four experts laid out the implications, giving untrained individuals access to the technological infrastructure. Yeah, I read through this. They really want to illustrate the dangers of all the things you could do with all of the data. Each individual department and agency has, different levels of concern. Like I said, there's so much to go through. I'm just trying my best to give you an overview, but you should already have a general sense of what it is. Here's another person in our community says, I live in California. People here despise Tesla and Elon Musk. My own belief is that Elon Musk should be arrested as a wake-up call and put him on notice that he is not an elected official and to keep his grubby hands out of our federal data. I agree. Vance is siding with Musk, saying they need to hire back one of the people. They fired one of the Doge people because he was writing racist stuff on account. If you watch the presser, Trump's just like, I don't know much about that, but if JD Vance says hire him back, hire him back. Like Trump at this point, it's pretty clear Trump doesn't know the stuff he's saying half the time, or maybe all the time. That's a better way to say it. Musk is in charge. Doge is now going after the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, all kinds of things. I think that's stuff to protect any sort of investigations against Musk. And then you got this. That was the nuclear secret stuff. So they're claiming they don't have them. I know it's frustrating when you go through all these things. I'm just trying my best to share you guys. This is another member of our community that says AI isn't very accurate, makes too many mistakes. I use it all the time. Need common sense when AI and expertise. Otherwise, it's garbage in, garbage out. So basically, if you don't know what's going on, is Musk and his hacker team. They want to feed all this government data, contract data, etc., into AI. They try to want to centralize everything, and there's a lot of security issues with that. What are you doing with this data? Who's going to be able to see it, etc. Coffee says, wouldn't it make sense if you had unfettered access to the federal government system, not to find out names of people for some reason, but just to take the money and implant back doors and time bombs? Then you can hold the entire world economy hostage, whether you're in charge or not. Yes, guys, there's all sorts of problems with stuff. There's another article out of Wire. They've been doing a great job. I think they got people on the inside because they have too many emails and too much, details of what's happening. There's a department that they're working in, the Musk Doge team, and then the veteran there. So that was the USDS. And the USDS, the people who were already there before most people show up. They invite him to meetings like, every day, etc. And then the Doge people never show up. Okay. And so they just feel like there's division. The head of the the USDS actually left. I think that was yesterday, resigned. This other part, I know there's a lot of chaos. This is that young person that's saying, it's frustrating. I try my best, guys. And you always take a deep breath to maintain composure. What's going on? But yeah. So this guy was the racist guy. That's the one who resigned, but they may or may not hire him back. Another member of our community, Toluca, says, when it comes to computer records, access typically has 4 parts: read, write, modify, and delete. Also, with write admin access, you can make records not appear in searches and queries from persons with lower access. You can hide stuff too. Or tamper with and build the audit function, which tracks user access and activity. So again, we also have people in our community that know more details of the computer stuff. I also want to point this out. I've mentioned this before, but for those of you who don't know, there are a lot of Russian bots out there, and this is what they look like. I see them appear on the channel. So basically, sometimes Google picks it up, sometimes not. I mean, in YouTube. So this is an example of one. So this is Michelle McSorley. It's a fake account. 28 minutes ago, and the English often is incorrect on these things. It'll say, "Your IQ idiots, stop talking slandering," right? So it's kind of weird. It's a bot. And you look at the account made on October 7th, 2024. Or this is another account kind of stuff. And you can see I'm pretty sure that's Russian. If not, you guys can let me know, but it looks like it to me. And that account was made on January 28th, 2025. So I just want to let you know, the people we ever see that are, make comments that aren't really related to me at all, just blindly say I'm stupid or blindly say, Musk and Trump are awesome. A lot of times they come from these type of accounts. I'm telling you guys, it's Russian bots. You'll know it when you see it. Or it could be Chinese bots as well, to be fair, or North Korean bots for all we know. I'm just telling you guys, like when you do YouTube every day, you will see this kind of stuff. That's why I'm showing you what it looks like. This is another article about ChatGPT says AI stuff isn't that dependable. And on top of that, I guess Musk has people who spread white supremacist stuff. It's not that shocking. Coming out from our community, this person says, Ness says, if a black boy stole a pencil, he would be fined, community service, and jailed for months. Yes, I totally know. How is Musk and his people getting away with this stuff? It's crazy. The way that they're doing it right now on the Republican side, they're trying to say, oh, look at all these, dark people and people from, wherever south of the border, they're going to hurt you. And then we're going to all send them to Guantanamo Bay, right? That's the impetus to get people upset. There's basically riling up people's racism to do these kind of things. Another comment from our community. Miss Min says, I honestly don't understand the U.S. judicial system. It's clearly a coup to overthrow the government, but still no arrests. It's simply more billionaire privilege given by Congress and the House. Billionaires aren't gods. They are corrupt, and that's how they accumulate all the money they are holding from the economy to begin with. So again, you guys can see it. I can see it. Consumer borrowing is actually up right now, so a lot of people are struggling. And that's sort of how these Musks and Trumps can come into power when people are, desperate, effectively, right? And you've seen this before in history and times when people are desperate, you can get these kind of leaders to basically lie to the people and look for scapegoats. On top of that, consumer sentiment is going down. And I want to point this out because sometimes people say, how does all this Musk stuff affect your life directly? You're talking about the biggest money. So for example, this just came out in Financial Times yesterday. Frontrunner skim gains on U.S. pension fund trades, right? So this, for example, if there ends up being insider trading with the, Musks and the Trumps, you can figure out kind of where money's flowing. You buy stuff ahead of time before the big funds do whatever, and you can make money. So if they want to privatize Social Security and there's insider trading on, okay, this is what the Social Security is going to buy, right? You can buy ahead of time. And they may be making cuts or reorganization, stuff like that to, Medicaid, Social Security, or whatever. Because the stuff that they keep talking about is cutting trillions of dollars, and the biggest money is in, right, that kind of stuff, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. So we'll see. Musk is claiming that they're going, I guess next week, they're going to go after more accounting type of systems. They're going to try to centralize everything and, again, feed it to whatever AI. But I'll say this. Even if you feel like the U.S. government right now is, not doing anything to arrest Musk, there are other governments that may go after him. France is opened up a criminal probe over X saying, you're manipulating stuff. And this is also going on here. Fresh prosecutors have opened an investigation into X allegations that it distorted algorithms, right? And essentially, like if you can prove that Musk is, creating violence or any number of things, and every country's gonna have different laws in this stuff. He might not be able to travel anywhere. And if Musk starts pissing off enough people in the USA, I mean, this is just in the first week and a half. And again, I thought we would see run of the mill corruption because that's just something that happens. But I didn't think we would see it like this fast, this broadly defacing government buildings, these kind of things. And just want to keep you guys informed. So I know we went through a lot this episode. I know sometimes I get a bit irritated when I go through this stuff. I mean, I hope you understand why it's understandable. But best thing right now for people, I mean, I'm telling you, just sell off anything to do with Musk. That'll destroy his wealth and destroy his influence. Also, too, the representatives and senators, if enough of them hear from constituents, right, they should take action. It should be obvious what's going on here. This guy is a terrible president, and he's turning the country really in the wrong direction in a hurry, and basically making a place to where only benefit him and his billionaire buddies, and everyone else will be hung out to dry. So that's my thoughts on this. Please share yours, and I'll catch you on the next video.